Sugar-free chocolate Easter eggs. Can you imagine kids eating all the chocolate they can and not getting high on sugar? It is possible. This chocolate has absolutely no sugar. So it is naturally sweetened with stevia and natural birch extract. You can even make vegan white chocolate or a vegan milk chocolate. It is super easy. So where do you start? Well, first you need egg chocolate molds. So these are the medium-sized ones. And you can buy them in many different stores, either specialty or even dollar stores. These are the large ones. You can fill them with anything. I won't be using candy because we are doing the sugar-free chocolate. So this is how they look inside, quite a bit of detail. So they can be smooth, you can have graphic details or even the flowers. Really, whatever you find will be fine. You also come in a smaller version, so this is slightly smaller. So you can decorate them however you like. I tried spray painting this year, so I'm using the Wilton Color Mist, and it is super easy. You just spray till you get the desired color. For step-by-step instructions where to get my book, there is a link below, and it also explains where to get ingredients and how to use them. So as you can see, I'm mostly happy how this color worked, so now I'm just going to let it dry. And this is how it looks when it's dried. In the book, I give you recipes for not only milk and dark chocolate, but also vegan milk chocolate and vegan white chocolate. So it is super easy to follow. Now this is just made, so it's still warm chocolate. As you can see, it's liquid. And I placed it in a Nerdy Yummies because it keeps chocolate at a nice temperature that is easy to pour and has a spout. So it's much easier to be tidy. So you do want to be tidy when you're pouring into the molds because otherwise you have to clean the edges. So these are the medium-sized chocolates. And you can even fill your eggs with a different type of chocolate, and you can flavor the chocolate. So it is really whatever you can imagine, you can make it. In the book, I explained that I'm using the cacao powder, raw cacao powder, which is a superfood and full of antioxidants. So good for your health, for your heart health, for your brain, anything. Also, not using sugar, you're saving a lot of calories. So if you're watching your line and hips, absolutely a good idea to have a look. 1 cup of sugar has over 700 calories. Just imagine saving all these calories. So these are now the big molds, and I'm going to fill one of these with dark chocolate and one with white. So they're quite big, so I didn't fill them all the way. So see, I'm thinking at this point, do I want it at this size or a slightly bigger? So once you finish pouring, the chocolate goes to the fridge for a couple of hours or overnight. So these are the medium ones. You can see I wasn't 100% tidy, so there is a little bit of chocolate around it, but it's completely fine. And this is the big egg. You can't see from here, but it's not fully full. So to release it from the plastic molds, it is super easy. You'll just flip it, as you can see here from the edge, and I'm just going to flip around and they're going to come out. So first came the colored ones. So this is just colored with a Wilton spray paint. So it's not 100% perfect, but it's not bad either. And I'm just going to tap the rest of the plastic so it's going to come out. Now, if you're using a silicone mold, I see there's a little bit, you just clean up with your fingers what is not completely smooth. If you're using a silicone mold, you would just gently push the chocolate out. So I think this turned quite nice, just a little bit of difference. So this one is not, I think I touched it. So again, same with a big egg, you're just going to flip it. And you can see how nice and shiny it is. Don't you just want to sink your teeth into this lovely chocolate? Now I also made the white chocolate, and I wasn't terribly tidy, but it's exactly same process. And I'm going to flip these plastic molds as well, both the big and the small. And you can see how easy it is. Now the whole process of making your own chocolate, so without the setting, is 10 to 15 minutes. And you just put it to the fridge to set. So it is really rewarding process, and you can make them even personalized, or you can even make it with your kids. So because these are all half eggs, I wanted to make a whole egg, and it's you just warmed it up. So this is probably a little bit too warm, and you just put them together and back to fridge for another half an hour. So you can see it's quite a nice formed egg. So my camera was slightly off center, so apologies for that. But you just warm up the edges, and you can see here you just come together. So important is to cool it again afterwards, just till it sets. So I tried spray painting again. So this is once the eggs are already made, and this is slightly different color. Again, I think I sprayed more of the paper than of the eggs, and it took several coats. Can you just imagine how everybody would be amazed at your skills if you make your own chocolate and showed how beautiful it looked? Book has step-by-step instructions which guides you to the process. It is really easy. You can do it. You can start being healthier. You can look better after your kids because they will eat chocolate. Isn't it easier on you as well if it's not high on sugar and then don't go on sugar rush afterwards? So these chocolates will look absolutely beautiful. Let's have a look. So this is the white chocolate, and again you can make it a vegan white chocolate as well. And I think the spray painted eggs worked really fine as well. And this is the dark chocolate egg just on its own. Now you can also turn it around so you put all the little eggs on top of it. I really think the kids would love it. And grown up too. You can wrap them as presents. So get my book on the link below and enjoy.